back here on the Rich Eisen Show. We'll be on Fantasy Zone on DIRECTV channel 704 this weekend once again. Michael, what do I do with a hater in the mix? What should I do here?
Just what you did. Okay. Shame him and drag him. You know, he should embrace the fact that the Red Sox are irrelevant. They're going to continue to be irrelevant. The Yankees are the underdogs.
Yep.
We're America's sweetheart now.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to dismantle the Astros just like we dismantled the Indians, and we're going to be playing in a good old-fashioned resurgence World Series, just like the good old days with Tommy Lasorda, Billy Martin, Reggie Jackson, and the fellas. That's what the people want to see. People don't want to see the Boston Red Sox. Nobody cares, okay? Take your fishing rod, get your mountain boots, go fishing, go hiking. Brockman, it's over, okay? The party's over.
Mm-hmm.
Irrelevant. They won the division back-to-back years.
+1.
Who cares?
+2.
Who cares? It don't mean a thing if you ain't got a ring. Who cares about, oh, we got a division banner in there.
You're not going to win a ring this year.
Listen, we're going to beat the Dodgers. Okay, the Fenway Park is still a dump. And that's just, listen. I didn't come here to argue with you about baseball. Okay?
I know.
I'm a fantasy football. And you know what? You know what, Rich? You know what's interesting? I am literally, you might hear a little background noise.
Yeah.
I am literally on 57th and 7th Avenue.
Yeah.
Basking in the sun, literally. I'm going to send a picture afterwards. Okay. Literally basking in the sun and the victory of me dismantling you. How dare you try to divert the attention from me beating your team last week and try to have me attack Brockman? Shame on you, my friend. Have you acknowledged that I beat you yet?
No, Michael, I'm still too busy distracting you. Let's talk about Lavar Ball.
What do we want to talk about? I mean, listen, I got so much to say about this guy and his father and all this stuff. First of all the talk, all the hype, all the big baller bull crap, all the summer league. Look at him; he looks like the MVP. Look how great he is. First of all, I said it when I was on this show during the summertime. I said the big three games that I was a sideline reporter were more competitive than the NBA Summer League, and people were laughing at me. Now, can we all acknowledge that the Summer League of the NBA is a joke? It means absolutely nothing. Listen, I think Lonzo Ball may or may not. There's no guarantees. He may or may not be a good player in the NBA. Blame his father. He's got an X on his back. What a welcome to the NBA that Patrick Beverly gave him last night. This ain't Chino Hills. This ain't AAU. He took his heart, literally took his heart in the first 2 minutes of the game, and he was dazed and confused. And his father is still going on, still talking, still adding fuel to the fire. And it's going to be like this all season long. There's no guarantees for Lonzo Ball that he's going to, continue to thrive in the NBA. Greater players, more accomplished players couldn't make it in the NBA. Adam Morrison was the player of the year in college. Doug McDermott proved last night that you could be the player of the year and then still be Doug McDermott on the New York Knicks. The fact that ESPN puts Lavar Ball on the show, this is the former worldwide leader in sports. And then after the game, they have this circus act on there talking and doing shenanigans. The whole thing is a joke. And he got what was coming to him in terms of people. No one would have cared about Lonzo Ball. He would have been a good player and he could develop. Now he's going to be exploited and looked at every single night. And if I was guarding him, right off the top, I would be like, I got this guy. This is my son. I'm going to own him, and I'm going to own him all night. I would say it right to his face as soon as we came out for the jump ball. Like, he got his heart taken last night. And the fact that his father, and, his father had a reputation for heckling kids when they were just kids in these AAU games, and the fact that he's heckling and talking crap to Patrick Beverly in the NBA, that they're bringing this circus show to the NBA, it really is. It's a shame, and the NBA needs to be careful because this is pro sports. This isn't a side act. This isn't wrestling. It's the NBA. I think it's going to be an interesting year. I think it's going to be a really fun year. Did you do the game last night with the Chiefs and the Raiders?
No. My next game that I'm doing for the NFL Network is right there in New York City between the Jets and the Bills to kick off Week 9. And then that's the next one. that I'm doing for the NFL Network. That was incredible last night, man. And I did not have the gumption to play Amari Cooper last night. I just thought he was going to have another one of those weeks, and I'm one of that type of people this morning. In the few minutes I have with you left here, Michael, give me your usual. Give me somebody that's going to have a good week 7, and then somebody we should avoid, unlike my play that I made with Amari Cooper last night.
Well, I'm with you on that because in my other league, unfortunately, I sat him. And you know what? I've always said that I love Amari, and hopefully this will, resurge him and get him focused and get his confidence back. I had 49 points in the league that I have him. I had 49 Amari Cooper points on the bench. And that's why the fantasy football at the end of the day is just so much fun because you truly never know. And if you started them, great. If you didn't start them, you feel the pain. But to me, that is the beauty and the essence of what's so much fun about fantasy football and how it really does translate to regular football. So I'm glad for Amari Cooper. I'm mad for my own team. I feel no sympathy that you didn't start him. But this is what we got this week. Okay, first of all, don't believe the hype ever. Never, ever, ever. When Phillip Rivers is playing Denver, I don't care if he's playing in Denver. I don't care if he's playing in San Diego. I don't care if he's playing in L.A. or London. Don't do it. Okay, so if anybody has Phillip Rivers, don't start him because he might underexceed even your lowest expectations. Believe the hype. The only thing that the San Francisco 49ers have this week, Kittles, start him. He's going to do his thing. I think my man Fournette is out. Chris Ivory is due for one of his weird big games. He's a guy you could believe the hype with. And believe the hype, believe it or not, Brett Hundley is going to have a very good weekend. Ooh. He's got good receivers. He's athletic. He's confident. He's got a chip on his shoulder, and he's got something to prove. I think he's been groomed. I think he's been waiting, and I think he's going to have a very good weekend. Ingram and those guys in New Orleans, this is it. If you can't do it this weekend, I'm jumping off the ship. Okay, Michael Thomas, I'm jumping off the ship if they can't do it. But Brett Hundley is to me is going to be the guy who's going to have the biggest weekend, who's going to surprise. I'm not going to say he's going to be, Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady, because Tom Brady and all the New England Patriots absolutely, truly believe the hype on what they're going to do. But I think Brett Hundley is going to have a good week, a good first week. It's surprising. I feel like he's got a nice confidence about him.
Well, I mean, everybody's always looking for a quarterback maybe to pick up if yours is on a bye week or something like that. Certainly all those that got on the Deshaun Watson train that might need somebody. That's a nice, interesting, although potentially risky play. But Mark Ingram had a pretty good week last week with Adrian Peterson in Arizona, But you're right, Michael Thomas. It's time for him to step up in a way that I think fantasy owners have been waiting. You think Julio Jones goes off against the Patriots, Michael? What do you think?
I think normally Julio Jones would go off against the Patriots. I don't think he's healthy. I mean, I would love to see him go off. I get nothing but joy, Brockman. Even though I have a lot of Patriots on my team, I'd rather my fantasy football team loses, and I care about my fantasy football team. I rather they lose, and Atlanta Falcons destroy them. But I just feel like Julio's not Julio, and I think that unfortunately, I think the Patriots are going to put the magic sauce on everybody this weekend, and that's going to be a fun game. And these critics, these political critics that have been saying the ratings are down, for a lot of the layman, regular Joe fans, not the crazy lunatics like us, Sunday night is when the ratings start boosting and the average Joe fan get back into football. So I'm wagging my tongue here on 7th Avenue about that.
Yeah, I was about to say we come full circle. Started with the Boston hate, ends with the Boston hate, and in the middle, the first ever Lavar Ball takedown and fantasy football update on the corner outside of Carnegie Hall, maybe in the history of that esteemed building in New York City. Well done, Michael.
Absolutely, Rich. I'm telling you, I'm going to send you a picture you posted. I literally have suntan lotion. It's a beautiful fall day.
Okay.
I look fantastic. I'm tanning just a little bit. I have like a 55 on. I usually sleep with sunblock on, but it's so beautiful. And the fact that you didn't acknowledge my win and I had to do it just goes to show where your head's at these days.
No, what it is, no, it's okay, Michael. It's just, listen, we don't in the media pay attention to one-win teams. It's just that simple. Notice we didn't talk about the Giants in this conversation. Here's what you need to do. Take the picture of you in front of either Carnegie Hall or the Russian Tea Room, okay? And then tag us and we'll tweet it out.
Done.
Okay.
Done.
You take care, Michael.
It's not a problem.
You're the man. Take care. That's Michael Rapoport.
For more Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DIRECTV or download the Rich Eisen Show app.